Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to instill good habits, good behavior and discipline in the kids while they are still young without depriving them of their childhood, without being too strict, in a gentle way. I got asked about sharing my parenting tips a lot on my Instagram, so I thought maybe today I'll sit down and share my 2 cents. I'm no parenting expert at all, but I have 2 kids and I've been doing this for over 10 years, so maybe I have good advice to share, and you guys are most welcome to share yours. My mindset was clear from day one that if you want to instill good habits in your kids, it has to start from the start. It is easier to transfer a small plant from one pot to another rather than transferring a whole grown up tree. And while they're still young, while those habits are still developing, it is easier to instill good attitude, good behavior, some good habits, discipline basically in their lives in a gentle way. Nobody is asking you to, be too strict with them. They can still be kids, they can still be themselves, still enjoy their childhood, but with a bit of discipline in it. You can't just leave your kid to do whatever they want, lead their way, they tell you what they want and you act accordingly, and then when they become like a 9 or 10, they get into their pre-teens or teens, then all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, they're not listening to me, they don't follow this rule. And throughout their childhood you are telling yourself, oh, they will learn, they will learn with time. How will they learn with time? Who will teach them? You as a parent are responsible for their upbringing. You have to teach them from the start what is right, what is wrong, what is acceptable, what is not acceptable in this household, in this family. You have to make their mind very clear that every family works in their own way, so that they don't compare themselves with their friends. Oh, my friend get the screen time for 2 hours, I get it only for half an hour. Why is that? So make it very clear that every family has their own rules. They have a different set of parents, you have a different set of parents, so obviously we both have different type of parenting styles. So just make few things very clear in their mind so that comparison na aaye unke dimag mein. So some of the habits, some of the good behavior that I have personally instilled in my kids is that there were very small habits. Okay, like for example, when my son, who is now 10-year-old, when he was just a toddler and he just started walking and he used to wear shoes, when we enter the house I always tell him that we keep our shoes here, we don't walk with our outside shoes inside. So he knew from that age that shoes, when we enter the house, shoes goes here. Now this is a type of discipline that got into him from a very early age, and till this date they are very very well trained that whenever they go to anyone's house or their own house, they will first thing they will take off their shoes and put them on the place where shoes are supposed to go. Secondly, like, I have a rule from the time when they were babies. If I'm giving them a screen time, the screen time would be on the TV, or if it is on any device, that device won't be in their hands. So they're not like scrolling and they're clicking here and there where they're not supposed to click. So I don't used to give them devices in their hand. I used to put something on the TV and they have to watch it. If I'm putting something on the tablet, they have to sit back and ask me if they want to change that thing to something else. They were not allowed to grab that tablet and do whatever they want. This came so much handy. This was so useful for me when they became much older. Our phones are, even if my phone or my husband's phone is right in front of them, they will never grab that phone and start using it. They will never do that. ये है ही नहीं, ये कॉन्सेप्ट है ही नहीं उनके अंदर कि हम कभी भी किस मम्मा या बाबा का फ़ोन उठाएंगे और हम यूज़ करना शुरू कर सकते हैं. ये चीज़ है ही नहीं. Similarly, even though they have their own Chromebooks for the school purposes, so even though they have them, my son would always ask me if he can use his Chromebook. I didn't tell him now that you have to ask him, but I've set this rule from a very long time. You need a parent's permission before you start using a screen. तब वो करना was very easy because they were babies, they were kids, they were toddlers. I told them and they get it, and अगर मैं वो उस वक्त से उनको हाथों में फ़ोन दिए हुए होते हैं एंड दे आर डूइंग वट एवर दे वॉन्ट, और फिर मैं अब आके एकदम से when they're 10-year-old I ask them no don't use it without my permission, they'll make a fuss out of it, they will not listen, they will be like what are you talking about ये क्या हो रहा है. So it is very easy to instill these kind of habits when they are young. That is the whole purpose of today's video, is start from the start. And if you are at that stage, you have passed that stage and अब वो बड़े हो चुके हैं, even then you have chance, like ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई hope ही नहीं है, you can sit them down. इट विल टेक अ लॉट मोर टाइम, जितना बचपन में लगता है उससे काफ़ी ज़्यादा टाइम, काफ़ी ज़्यादा कन्वर्जेशंस होंगी, बैक एंड फोर्थ बात करनी पड़ेगी, डिस्कस करना पड़ेगा, ग्राउंड रूल्स सेट करने पड़ेंगे, कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस सेट करने पड़ेंगे, बट इट विल इवेंचुअली हैपन. इवन नाउ डोंट लूज होप कि अब तो बहुत टाइम गुजर गया. इवन नाउ यू कैन स्टार्ट इट फ्रॉम समवेयर, बट द बेस्ट इज़ टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट. यू as a parent are responsible to build their normal. What is normal for them? Normal is what you will tell them that this is normal. Like for my kids, bedtime at 8 o'clock is normal for them. That I've worked on tirelessly since they were kids. बहुत मेहनत लगी है इस चीज़ पे कि उनका एक बेड टाइम रूटीन सेट करने में, but now this is the normal. Their normal is not 10 o'clock sleep time. Discipline is really good for them. Even as an adult, when they will grow up, they'll become a disciplined adult. That will help them a lot in their day-to-day life. Like if you are raising a disciplined child, it's not gonna harm them in any way in later in their life कि आपने उनसे उनका बचपन छीन लिया और अब वो ऐसे हो गए. No, build their personality, love them, spoil them, do whatever you want to do with them, but just some rules, some basic discipline, ground rules that as a parent it's your responsibility to instill in them so that they turn into a disciplined child and then into a disciplined adult. This person that you're raising now is like a baby, will grow into a toddler, a kid, then a preteen, then teen, and then an adult. Someday, this person will be someone's husband or wife, someone's parent, someone's work colleague, someone's best friend. How they will impact that other person who is dependent on them or who is associated with them. The work starts from now. You are raising a whole new generation. That is what I believe. It is a very, very, very important task that Allah has given you to raise a child, because this child will be responsible for a whole new generation. So if you think it that way, you won't find it harsh or cruel to parent your child in a right way, to set some ground rules, to set some boundaries. You will feel like I'm doing it for their own good. Like as an adult, they will have that groundwork done. Now they just have to build on those good habits. They don't have to start from the scratch and they're like messed up as an adult and now they have to. No, the groundwork is all done by you and now they just have to build on that. That's all. I think I've spoken enough. बहुत बातें हो गई हैं. Anyways, stay tuned for the next episode of the parenting series. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new and follow me on Instagram as well, and let me know if you like this video and what do you want me to cover in the next episode. Thanks.